Congratulations, Palantir investors. The stock just hit 30 bucks per share, the first time since January of 2021. Congratulations to all of you guys. You guys deserved it. And here's the thing. This thing can go back to all-time high this year. The recipes are there, which I'm going to show you how and why it will go. And obviously, none of this is financial advice. I don't even own any Palantir stock. I did own it when it was at 13 bucks and I sold it at 20 to buy more Tesla stock because I'm all in Tesla stock. But Palantir, man, Palantir is a company kind of in the same field as Tesla with the AI and stuff. And if I wasn't going all in into Tesla stock, I would definitely be having some Palantir stock in my portfolio. But anyways, let's get down to it. Smash that like button if you guys haven't already. And subscribe, man. Let's flip and go because this is a very exciting video. And if you're a Palantir investor, this is an awesome, exciting video for you guys as well. So let's go. So on August 5th, Palantir reported their Q2 earnings and it was out flipping standing. I was going through the report and I'm just like, this is a solid business. This is a crazy solid business. Why did I have to sell my Palantir stock at 20 bucks? This thing would be going a whole lot higher if I knew that Q2 was going to be like this, if they were profitable this flipping early. Again, congratulations to all Palantir long-term investors. You guys flippin' deserve it. Now, here's the thing. If we look at the stock, we'll talk about the earnings and all that in a bit and how it can go even higher to all-time highs. But here's the thing. Why did Palantir hit high as almost 35 or 36 bucks per share in early January or early 2021? Because at that time, they didn't have the earnings to support it. They didn't really have the revenues to support it either. It was because there was a lot of hype train going on with AI, and obviously you got the Fed pumping money into the system, and then they had interest rates all-time low. Then if they realized that, okay, Palantir isn't worth as what it was back then it went all the way down, being undervalued crazily, going as low as $7 per share. I mean, everything went down. Interest rates went up. The whole stock market crashed until early 2020 or 2023. Then it started to come back up again. But for Palantir, it didn't start to come back up again since May of 2023 when they started to show earnings and actually showing profitability for the first time. And that's what raised a lot of eyebrows, and a lot of analysts were going like, whoa, they're profitable already. Let's wait another quarter or two to be sure. And whole behold, they were sure. Palantir has been profitable every single quarter since, I think, February or November of 2022, which is absolutely insane. So when they continued to show profitability and growth quarter after quarter, the stock kept going higher and higher, justifying it for the first time. Now, again, going back to 2021, when the stock reached 35 bucks per share out of hype, it was not justified. Now, we have earnings behind it and a lot of juicy news coming up that now justifies it. And that's why the stock, if the stock tanks, if it goes back to 20 bucks or even lower, I'll buy some Palantir stock. That's going to be extremely cheap. Just like how Tesla is under 200, it's extremely cheap. Palantir, if it drops below 20 bucks, is extremely cheap because they're doing a lot of good stuff. Just today or yesterday, they made a deal, or Microsoft did a partnership with Palantir. That's flipping huge. We'll get to that in a bit as well. But let's take a look at earnings, because that's what will justify the stock going even higher to all-time highs. Revenue grew 27% year over year, which is absolutely outstanding. 55% of that was from U.S. commercial revenue. 83% was U.S. commercial customer count. And 103% was from U.S. commercial remaining deal value, which is flipping insane. The revenue of this company is absolutely crazy. They are a classic growth stock. No doubt about that. They have 20% margins in this latest Q2 of 134 million GAAP net income, which is crazy. Adjusted or non-GAAP income from operation is $254 million, representing a 37% margin, which is crazy. I know I'm gonna say a lot of crazy in this video because again, this earnings Q2 was absolutely stellar with Palantir. GAAP earnings per share EPS grew 500% year over year to 6 cents, and non-GAAP EPS grew 80% year over year to 9 cents. And here's the thing, guys, it tells you that they're early. They're just getting started. That's the crazy part. And I say even at 30 bucks per share right now, for what's to come for Palantir, it's absolutely cheap. Again, not financial advice. I'm not even a Palantir shareholder, so I guess I'm looking at this non-biased in a way. I'm just looking what the numbers are showing, but nonetheless, The numbers in Q2 is absolutely outstanding, and it looks like it's going to continue this way and actually get even better. Let's keep going with this because there's a lot of juicy things. For Q3 2024, they expect revenue to be around 797 million to 701 million. If they do this, that's about a 30 to 35% growth year over year compared to Q3 of 2023. Wow. I mean, that would be outstanding. That's insane. Adjusted income from operations of between 233 million, 237 million. Which again, if they do this, and they're projecting to do this, less than Q2, but extremely higher than Q3 of 2023, giving it a very high year over year, which is insane. They're now saying for 2024, they are raising the revenue guidance between 2.7 billion to 2.75 billion, raising the US commercial revenue guidance to an excess of 772 million, growth rate of at least 47%, raising the adjusted income from operations guidance between 966 million, nearly a billion, which is insane. They continue to expect adjusted free of cash flow between 800 million to a billion. They are now cash flow positive, which is just something that no one thought Palantir would be this early. Not even the CEO thought about this, like literally just like last year. Crazy. And they continue to expect GAAP operating income and net income to continue to grow each quarter of this year. Congratulations, guys. I mean, this Q2 was an absolute killer. It was stunning, outstanding. Probably one of the greatest, nicest Q2 earnings we've seen this year, to be honest with you. And going through the breakdowns and operating things, everything looked very, very well. Everything looked very good. The only thing that I did not like, but I don't think it even matters, is the net cash provided by operating activities. It has gone lower. Their cash has gone a little lower, but that doesn't even matter because they're chopping money. They're chopping money, right? And they're starting to chop money. So because of this good seller, the stock market rewarded them, analysts rewarded them, and why the stock went higher. In fact, the day that they reported this, the stock went up 16% from $24 to nearly $28. And then a slap on to that, they made a deal with Microsoft, partnership with Microsoft, and the stock just goes even flipping higher. I mean, wow. Absolutely wow. Not only is the stock price justifiable now, it's justified. It's set the stage to grow. It's one of those stocks that everyone right now thinks is at the top, which is absolutely not. It's just the beginning. Based on the numbers that I'm seeing and through experience, this is, for example, seeing Apple or Amazon in 2016-17. It reached an all-time high, but it kept going higher and higher because earnings kept getting better and better and better, which is a sheesh flippant moment. And the fact that, again, the Palantir Microsoft partnership is absolutely huge. And I want to talk about it a little bit because it's a big deal. Everyone thought that Microsoft's going to buy out Palantir, but it looks like Microsoft can't even beat Palantir, so they're joining them. If you can't beat them, you join them. And the fact that Palantir is not even $100 billion valuation. The company's not even worth $100 billion right now. It's valued at what? Below $70 billion. Microsoft is $3 trillion. That's crazy. Microsoft should go like, I'll buy you for $500 billion. You know what I mean? But they're joining them. They're joining them, which is it's crazy. Oh my God, this is just insane. It takes a lot for me to get really excited for a company. Tesla does this every day to me, but Palantir is now on my radar a little bit because it's Q2 earnings, and what they're doing with Microsoft is piquing my interest. Am I gonna buy? Only if it goes down to 20 bucks, maybe even low 20s, I'll probably buy a bit. But for now, I am all in into Tesla stock. But the Palantir and Microsoft partnership is a big deal. Palantir is going to help Microsoft to integrate Palantir's products into Azure's cloud services for government customers. Palantir will also adapt Azure's OpenAI with the ability to deploy it in classified environments among its growing base of government and intelligence community clients. According to Dan Ives, he says that with this marquee deal solidified and Microsoft leveraging Palantir for AI and large language model capabilities to the US government, the company can now increase the pace of AI implementation while Palantir continues to accelerate AIP adoption within the federal sector. We believe this will be a launching pad for the Palantir AIP story to hit the Department of Defense and broader Beltway ecosystem over the next 12 to 18 months. Sheesh flippant moments. Dan Ives raises his price target to 38 bucks, but you know Dan Ives, I'm not too much of a fan of him. If the stock goes higher, he's going to bring the stock higher. We saw this with Tesla. If it goes down, he's going to bring it lower. That's just how he is. He doesn't have one set price and sticks with it. But anywho, Dan Ives, I love him. Nonetheless, he has a stock price of 38 bucks. Now, speaking about the stock price, Pejjy, you say it's going to go to all-time high. But the PE right now is north of 177. That's insane. That is crazy. Well, you know what else was crazy? Remember Nvidia when they reported that awesome earnings last year and the stock ran up crazy? I think it doubled within overnight, or it just went up 50% overnight. The PE was north of 200. Then it got justified with the earnings. This is the exact same thing right now with Palantir. Analysts are pricing in, and there's more pricing in that needs to be. The stock price, I think, will go higher because of this. That in the next year or two, Palantir is gonna do flipping awesome. Their earnings is gonna be higher than expected. Their revenue is gonna be higher than expected. They're in a good place right now. That's the thing. And you know, with AI companies, it's really hard to dictate them with PEs. Whether it's Tesla, you know, whether it's Nvidia or even Palantir, they're an AI company. They're software. Their margins are flipping high. You cannot put a 30, 40 PE and say this is what it needs to be valued at. You can't do that because there's growth, there's opportunity, and there's growth. That's why with these companies, having a high PE of 177, for example, for Palantir, heck, it can probably even go up north of 200. And it'll still be okay. It'll still be fine because they're going to justify it next year or in the next few quarters coming up. It does not matter. Looking at simply Wall Street right now, they're projecting the Palantir's revenue will be over 2.7 billion. And their earnings will be almost 450 million by end of this year. They're saying by end of 2026, their earnings will be close to $1 billion or over 700 million, and the revenue close to 4 billion. And that's with any other catalyst coming along. Like they just made a deal with Microsoft, no one saw that coming. They're probably gonna make deals with other companies that help, they probably don't see it coming. So I think these numbers are actually being sandbagged. And if they are sandbagged, then you guys already know that the growth, the stock, everything is going to be worth a whole lot higher. Now, I don't have a price target for Palantir, not yet, because all my focus is on Tesla right now, but I see no reason why the stock could go even as high as 35, 36 bucks per share, going actually above their all-time high of 2021, and probably even go higher than that, around the 40s and 50s. The company should be worth, in my opinion, at least 100 billion. In my humble opinion. That's a stock price of around, what, like almost 50 bucks per share, around there. They deserve it. They're going to continue the growth. It's a very, in my opinion, a very safe company to invest in because they're in the early stages of growth. Now, again, none of this is financial advice, but that's looking at the numbers and looking at this company's operating. It's really hard to be bearish on this company, just like how it is with Tesla, but they actually are showing the earnings. They're showing the numbers, and they are telling everybody and showing everybody that no one can do what we do. And if you don't use our services, you are losing, whether it's governments or it's companies. What they got going on is something unique, and I don't see any other competition in the way for now, at least. So that's why I think it's a really good investment for the long term. I think by end of the decade, I know Tom Nash and all those other guys are saying the company could be worth $1 trillion one day. Hey, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. I got no comments of that. But if they continue the way that they're continuing and they continue scaling, I don't see why they wouldn't hit that, which is absolute. And I think $1 trillion market cap would be a stock price of around 500 bucks per share. And if you guys do believe that, I made a video long time ago of how many shares you would need to be a millionaire and retire off Palantir stock. Check the video out right here. It's an old video, but I still think it's still, you know, provides the point. It proves the point. But congratulations to all Palantir investors. You guys deserve it. It is a very good company and has a lot of flipping potential. However, though, not as much potential as Tesla. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe and get your About That t-shirt if you guys are a Tesla investor. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.